The year was 1638. A young woman named Margaret Brent and her siblings of Gloucester, England, sailed for the New World on a ship named Charity. They arrived in St. Mary's City, Maryland, on the shores of what was then the proprietorship of her cousin, Lord Baltimore, the colony he would name Maryland. Ms. Brent would become not only the first female lawyer in North America, but in essence would become in those early critical years the foremost defender of the colony and perhaps the most important personage of the era. No person of either gender in that time played a more important role in preserving the colony of Maryland. She was the first woman in North America to appear as an attorney in court. She was the lawyer for the governor of the colony. She appeared as an attorney in over 134 cases. She was the first woman in Maryland to hold land in her own name. And in the process, she amassed one of the largest real estate holdings in the America of her time. More important than all of that is the role she played in facing the serious military challenges of the time. She helped in raising the forces that retook St. Mary's City after it had been seized by the forces of William Claiborne. And later, almost single-handedly, she quelled a mutiny amongst the governor's followers. She saved Maryland. She lived in a turbulent time and was the center of all things that were occurring in that time so long ago. In the process of living her life, as she perceived her role, she made history. She was the first feminist in this country, demanding, and I quote, a voice and vote, a voice in the governor's council proceedings, and 2 votes in the Maryland Assembly, one for herself as a landowner, and the second as an attorney for Lord Baltimore. This request was over 250 years before women were given the right to vote in the United States. Her history, Maryland's history, and her meaningful role as a woman in a man's role is a story that we in Maryland have been proud to proclaim over the years. Moreover, it is a story to which many lawyers admitted to practice in our state are exposed. She was a person, a woman, that we take great pride in, not only because of the positions and roles she played in history, not only because of her greatness, but because she is ours. We share her with you because her legacy is not just for us, but it is for the ages. Her life was the harbinger of what we women are today. She was the first of us, the first of the modern woman 360 years ago. When I learned that I was to receive this award, I was so very honored and humbled. Of course, I knew that I had been nominated, but when I learned that my colleagues on the highest court of Maryland, the Court of Appeals, had joined together with the Maryland State Bar Association, the Women's Bar Association, and others, many of whom are here, and I'm so grateful and thank you for everything you've done for me and that you are here. When I learned that the court joined with them to nominate me, it came as a complete surprise. All of the people, the Bar Association, my friends, were very familiar with Margaret Brent's history. And for them to suggest by their nomination that I was worthy of receiving this award named after her was a great honor in and of itself. To actually receive this award is the ultimate honor for any woman who has devoted her life to the law, and especially a woman intimately familiar with the history of Mistress Margaret Brent. Now, at least twice a year over the decade, as Chief Judge Bell knows, and he is here. Would you stand up, please, Chief? So, thank you for being the greatest chief, great friend, and doing such a great job in making us so proud as chair of the Conference of Chief Justices, which you are just stepping down from. Thank you. At least twice a year, I have spoken of Margaret Brent to the new admittees of the bar of our state, steeping them in the story of her greatness. And now I am here with these most distinguished women on the platform that I today share, on the other side of the continent, receiving this award named in recognition of her status in the history of the law of this country. I want to thank the Commission for Women and all of you for the honor you bestow on not only me, but on Margaret Brent's home state, Maryland. I also want to thank my wonderful husband. My dad gave me very good advice. My husband of 47 years, my best fan and supporter, makes it all happen for me, Sam Raker. Thank you. My children, their spouses who are my children, my grandchildren, my friends who came across the country, college roommate Jane and her friend Stan, thank you all for being here. My Bar Association friends who have been so loyal to me throughout my life, all of my friends, I thank you. And I know that if Margaret Brent were here today, I think she would be smiling this afternoon, knowing that women today have a voice and a vote. Perhaps she would now have the tranquility that she sought when she retired to her plantation, named Peace. With your permission, I shall now take Mistress Margaret Brent home to Maryland. Thank you.